Ma, ma, ma. If you know what that's from, I love you. Here's the deal. Today I finish all my schoolwork at 10:33. It's Friday, so I was like, I'm gonna make a chill, relaxed video. On the floor, in the corner. I didn't feel like making my bed, so here's all my throw pillows. This is casual, right? Casual space to comfortably talk about things like issues in your life. That'll be a segment, like issues in your life. That's what it'll be called. Issues in your life. Oh, my eyes are watering. It's really bright. Ugh. I'm using natural light, can you tell? Okay. So today I kind of wanted to talk about something that is pretty personal to me and that I feel I know a lot about because I have a distorted sense of self. Okay? That thing that I want to talk about is perfectionism. I have always been a perfectionist, literally ever since I can remember. Being a perfectionist is definitely not a positive thing. I mean, it can be. It can cause you to produce some really wonderful things, but it can also really hinder you in day-to-day life. That is something I relate to. Hopefully this is going to be content that you also relate to. If it's not, but if it is, hi, I don't really mean that. If it's not relatable to you, watch. Maybe you'll get informed. Empower yourself. Inform your brain. Soak up all the knowledge you can while you're still young and your brain still works. Okay? Perfectionism. Perfectionism literally touches every aspect of your life if you are a person that struggles with it. I know in school, growing up, it was a huge struggle to overcome. To be honest, I don't think I ever truly did get over my perfectionism with things like assignments, projects, and essays. If it was some sort of, thing to show the class or whatever, or a PowerPoint, I wanted it to look amazing and professional and perfect, but obviously I was a little kid, so I couldn't have done that. But I always had great images in my mind, and whenever it didn't turn out how I wanted it to, it would really hinder my ability to produce any product at all. If the essay that I started writing wasn't perfect right away, or I hated the way my numbers looked, or anything that wasn't perfect, I felt like I couldn't turn it in, or I felt like I couldn't even finish it, which was really stupid. School is about learning. School is about making mistakes, but I hated anything that I made that looked like it was not perfect. Body image was another thing that perfectionism definitely touched on. I have always had these little red bumps that go on my upper arm, like the back of my arm, and what it is just an irritated follicle. Literally just a small red bump, and there's lots of them, but they're not very noticeable. They're really just little tiny red spots. For me, growing up, I absolutely hated my arms because of them. I always wore long sleeves. Middle school was when it really started to bother me. Elementary school, it wasn't so much a big deal because I didn't really have a sense of body image at that point. I did know that they were there, and I did not like them, but it wasn't as huge of an issue until I became a little bit older. Really until like puberty, because puberty, that's why. Because puberty. Middle school is just awkward already, so if you have these weird bumps on your arms, you're definitely gonna be very insecure about how ugly they are. And any sort of lump or lump of fat on my leg or my back, I mean, I'm sure that's not even just a perfectionism problem, it's just like a body image problem in general. But I don't know, I feel like I amplified my flaws in my own mind. In my mind they were worse than they actually were. In real life, talking to people at public places, talking to people, classes, like dance classes or whatever, any sort of social situation where I don't know who I'm talking to, really makes me anxious and makes me feel like if I don't say the right thing at the right time, they're just not gonna like me instantly, which is such a silly thing. And I realize that. It's just the way my brain seems to work. I have gotten better at talking to people I don't know, much better, and dropping that fear of not being able to say the right thing at the right time, but it still exists in me. It's just, repressed. My newest perfectionism issue is definitely what I'm doing right this second, which is YouTube. Because I concoct all these fabulous ideas in my head, and then I try to execute them, and they don't look like a professional made them, and then I get upset and discouraged and overwhelmed and ultimately give up. I just can't seem to get it together, like, because I know I'm a very amateur video maker. That was my closet opening by itself. It does that from time to time. And I just started and I need to realize that, but it hasn't quite clicked in my brain, like, to make a production kind of video, like, where I'm not just sitting. I've tried and failed, according to me, multiple times. I really want to start making those kind of videos, like creative type videos that take lots of different shots and more planning, but as of right now, I can't do that because every time I try, I fail and I get really overwhelmed, so I guess I just need to, you know, practice. Practice makes perfect, except for how it doesn't, because nothing's perfect at all. So I still struggle with perfectionism all the time. It has gotten better as I've gotten older. Also, as I've kind of self-taught, being perfect is impossible. Rude. You know what, I'm just gonna leave it open. Where was I? Thanks, closet, you interrupted my train of thought. Getting over perfectionism is very hard, and obviously I have not completely, but I've really let go of, like, the smaller things. These red bumps on my arm. Even things like assignments. Like, I just had to write this essay for school. I don't know what clicked in my brain, but as I was writing it, I was like, I know that this is crap, but I know I can go back and fix it. I don't know the point I'm trying to make here. To be honest, I don't know what I'm talking about. Something that takes a lot of time and effort to overcome. You just have to remind yourself that nobody's perfect. Nothing is perfect. A lump on your upper thigh is part of you. Yeah, that's it. Imperfection is part of you. The bumps on my arms are part of me. My crappy YouTube videos hold a place in my heart. I don't know why I wanted to make this video. Cash chat. Like I said. What did I say? What did I say it was called? Let's talk about stuff? I don't know. Let's talk about stuff. That's what it'll be called. Let's chat. Chatting on the floor. I've given it like 6 names. Floor chats. How about that? Floor chats. Floor chats. I like that one. I'm gonna write it down. Floor chats. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Good. Okay. Thank you for joining me in the first ever floor chat. I might change the name to one of the ones I said earlier, but I can't remember. If I like it better. But for now, it's floor chats. Until the next video, goodbye. Yeah, I can hinder your Tinder. What is Tinder? I don't even know.